One story from last week, though, that I was interested in talking about, and I did 3 Flyers podcasts last week, but I managed to not talk about this, which is amazing. Ryan Johansen finally had his case settled. So this is, you might have forgotten that the Flyers technically own the rights to Ryan Johansen, or they did until they terminated his contract. And he was part of the Sean Walker trade with the Colorado Avalanche. And at first it was like, well, he's washed, but maybe he could just play some 4th line minutes, 3rd line minutes. Who cares? Because Flyers don't have center depth. And then you start hearing about how he's hurt and then he's going to go play with the Well, first it was they're going to assign him to the Phantoms. Then you hear about how he's hurt, but there's no specifics on the injury at all. And then he disappears for a while. And then on August 20th, 2024, the Flyers terminated Ryan Johansen's contract, which had 1 year remaining and a $4 million cap hit, citing a material breach. This, by the way, is from a Yahoo article on it. Johansen had played in all 63 regular season games for the Avalanche before the trade, scoring 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points. He was traded in the Sean Walker deal, and he had played just 2 days before that, and then all of a sudden, couldn't play. And it was very suspicious, very weird. And he just kind of disappeared. And then the Flyers terminated his contract. And it kind of seemed like he didn't want to play. So it made sense that the Flyers would terminate his contract. And it's one of those things where it's like, I understand Sean Walker's perspective. Like, you want to get paid the contract that you signed. But at the same time, you got to do your job. You got to go out there and play, even if it's for stupid ass Lehigh Valley, like nobody wants to go to Allentown. Ask Alexei Kolosov, but like, you got to do it, dude. It's your job. So if you're just kind of making up injuries, I think the other part of this puzzle too, is the fact that Ryan Johansen's agent is our good buddy, Kurt Overhart, the professional wrestler himself. So you might recall had a client by the name of Cutter William Gauthier, I believe it's the other way around, but who cares, that also didn't want to mysteriously play for your Philadelphia Flyers. And he also represented Z Booyam, who the Flyers famously chose not to draft and traded with the Minnesota Wild to avoid drafting Z Booyam. So something about Kurt Overhart, and the Flyers is there's a pattern there. And I don't know how much of a factor that played. There's really not a lot of publicly available information, but a judge ruled in favor of the Flyers on this. So that is over. The contract was terminated. And if Ryan Johansen wants to go play for another team, he can go do that. But yeah, it was just such a weird situation. I'm glad it's over. And like, I just, what's your problem, bro? What's Kurt Overhart's problem?
I don't know how much the Kurt Overhart thing plays into all this, but like, it is weird, definitely. Like, just the whole Ryan Johansen thing, and it seemed like maybe there could have been some beef between him and Torts because he played for Torts.
Right, that was the other factor I forgot about. That's a good point, Quigz.
So like, I wonder if Torts was just going to be like, yeah, he's not fucking. I hate him. I hate Ryan Johansen. He's not going to play, and then we're going to send him down to the AHL. And I mean,
famously, John Tortorella never had a problem with anybody. Certainly, nobody who actively plays for the Flyers now, whose name rhymes with Yam Cork.
Yeah, no, none of that. So, it was just a very bizarre situation. Now, Steve, the conclusion of the Ryan Johansen saga brings up a really interesting question. I actually just posted this on Blue Sky and on Twitter. Wow. Who was the better Philadelphia athlete? Frank Gore or Ryan Johansen?
Oh, I'm going to go with Frank Gore because Frank Gore didn't actually sign a contract with the Eagles and then refuse to play for the Eagles.
Yes.
He just had the tampering period reported contract and then decided for the Colts instead.
The Colts. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know the exact timeline, but things worked out for the Birds because they won 2 Super Bowls. Go Birds. But
it's true.
The Frank, that's a great question. I do like that. But no, it's definitely Frank Gore just because Ryan Johansen, whatever happened there, did not want to play here.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my read on it. I mean, I think it's a fair assessment given that the arbitrator ruled in favor of the Flyers here. And like the Players Association, like put up a little bit of a fight, but not a large fight. Because if this was, I think if this had actual merit, they would be out there kicking and screaming about this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It just seems it just seems real fishy, the entire thing. And so I'm not gonna sit here and listen, the Flyers have been accused of some wild things. Like, you remember the cancer thing with the fucking Zamboni? Like, weird stuff has happened with the Flyers over the last 15 years specifically. Well, really forever since they started existing. But like they have been known, weird things have happened with the Flyers, but it just, this one was particularly strange just because he was like fine and then all of a sudden he's hurt, and it was real weird. So I don't know what happened. Who cares? It's over. Ryan Johansen is, I would guess he's done. I mean, he hasn't played in like 2 years now. So
something like that. From this mysterious injury that he supposedly has.
Yeah, well, not 2 years, but he missed all of last season. Now, here's an interesting thing, Steve. Ryan Johansen, just let's take a look back at his silly little career here, shall we? So he played 905 games, 202 goals, and 578 points. Not bad. That's a pretty solid career over like 15 years. I think it was like 15 seasons he played.
That's decent.
That's decent. I would say that's decent. Now, we can't say that ever again. That was horrible. So
decent nuts.
Another thing I'll say, and I was about to literally compare apples and oranges here. I was going to compare Ryan Johansen's stats to Frank Gore's stats. Something I did not know, Steve. Frank Gore, and I know this is football. This is a hockey podcast, but just play along. Frank Gore ran for 16,000 yards in his career. That's crazy.
It's a lot of yards right there.
I did not know that. That is wild to me.
Because he was durable, and I think durability is what it all comes down to. He just like never got hurt.
Yeah. And like when he did get hurt, he would miss like not many. It's not like he missed full seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would miss like a couple games here and there, but like, God damn, 16,000 yards. That's crazy.
That's a lot. Yeah. 16,000 yards is unbelievable. He was a great player. He was it was kind of a bummer that the Birds didn't get him, but he was also old at that point. So it was like,
okay. So it was whatever, but
okay. Not a huge deal, but it just felt like a very Eagles thing to happen at the time.
Right.
A very Philadelphia thing.
But yeah, moral of the story here, Ryan Johansen, gone forever. So see ya.
Go kick rocks, my guy. Go kick rocks.
I don't even think about Ryan. Honestly, when this news came out, I was like, oh yeah. I forgot all about that man. I haven't thought about him in forever.
Yeah. Don't join the party. Don't be a part of this. We're all good. We're all good without you, bud.
He can go.
He certainly not making the 25 under 25 because he's well over 25.
Yeah. Yes, he is. In fact, is he 35?
He was 33 as of the
33. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's 33. So yeah.
Okay.
But again, like he was pretty washed already. Yeah. But I mean, like it's a shame because like he could, probably have fit into the Flyers somewhere if he really wanted to, because the center depth is shit, but they didn't want it in. He didn't want in on it at all. And he's not going to be part of this exciting time in Flyers history right there.
I really don't understand why the Flyers are making such a big deal about their center depth and how they need to get a 1C, because they've had one right under their nose this entire time. It's Ryan Johansen.
Yeah, clearly he's right there.
I don't know what they're doing.